Hi, I'm CPR Dave with the American Heart Association. Thank you for being here. I'm going to give you some tips on how to keep your family and your children safe. And there's differences between adults, children, and infants. Infants have what? Heavy heads, weak necks. If this head flops back, it's going to close its airway. So therefore, I want to put the baby down gently on a hard surface, because CPR always has to be done on a hard surface. Gentle stimulation, okay? That means tickling their feet and rubbing their head, compared to an adult where you're going to tap and shout for responsiveness. You also want to check the scene. The scene tells us a lot. Did they ingest something? Did they spill chemicals? At this point in time, if someone's here, call 911 and get a first aid kit. And we're going to look, listen, and feel. And we're only going to spend 5 to 10 seconds to listen for breath, feel for breath, look for chest rise. Infants don't have cartilage in their nose, and their mouth-nose ratio is very close, correct? So I'd have to cover my mouth over the baby's nose and mouth. Let's see if we can get this little chest to rise. Little chest rose, and that means the airway's clear. At this point in time, I'm going to look for my landmarks, which is below the nipple line, with 2 fingers, 30 compressions. 2 breaths. I'm going to continue this for 5 cycles. At the end of 5 cycles, I'm going to look, listen, and feel. And at this point in time, I hear the baby breathing. I'm going to turn the baby on the side because I don't want the baby to aspirate if it vomited or has any secretions or fluids so that it doesn't get into its lungs. If it's not breathing, I continue 5 cycles.
Are you concerned about the force of breaths with a small infant?
It will be just enough to get the chest to rise. So we're not over-ventilating anyone. We only want. The pressure is going to basically be, again, when the body becomes unconscious, the muscles relax. And the reason why we tilt the head back is that we need to pull the tongue out of the airway. Otherwise, if we leave the head this way, the tongue will actually block the airway. So that's the critical part. And we're basically pushing about a ½ inch down. Okay, but at this point in time, we want to push deep, hard, and fast because we want to try and get about 100 compressions a minute.
For children choking, is the preferred method to clear the airway, you know, the hook method in the child's mouth? Is it turn them upside down and pat them on the back? Is it some form of the Heimlich maneuver? What are we supposed to do?
If I see an object in a child, adult, or infant's mouth, I would put my finger in and I'd flick it out. That's the way I want to retrieve the item. If I didn't see the object and the child was struggling, what I would immediately do is support the baby's head, because babies have weak necks and we don't want their heads to flop back. I would probably stand up or sit down, put the child on a 45-degree angle, because gravity is going to help at this point in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I'm holding the head, because if I don't hold the head, I'm going to have shaky baby syndrome. At this point in time, I'm going to turn the child like a pancake, 2 fingers below the nipple line, and I'm going to do chest thrusts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm actually doing is sending the air that's in the chest or diaphragm, forcing it up against the object. I continue to do this until the object comes out or the baby becomes unconscious. And never, please, whatever you do, don't pacify your child by giving them something to eat and putting them in the car seat. There are a lot of great safety things that we can do to keep your home and your family safe.